No, we definitely could have played better defense. Jordan Caroline went off of 40. We hold them to 20. We win the game. We let who else? Caleb had 25. We hold them to 19. We won the game. So it's just more. We could have done a lot better defensively. We didn't go to our game plan as much as we should have. But I'm proud of the guys the way we fought.
Did it surprise you to see him come out and take 6 early 3-point attempts? I know he can shoot it, but that's not his game.
Yeah, I mean he's a type of player that he could hurt you in all different ways. He's shooting it very well from 3 this year, and he just got hot and they were just going in.
Is that the toughest thing about this team? Is they are pretty versatile in how they can beat you if you shut one thing down.
Definitely, I think all of them can drive, all of them can shoot, all of them can rebound, all of them can defend. They're lethal.
What changed? I mean, obviously in Reno at halftime or after halftime, they ran you guys pretty good. Second half tonight, obviously you guys kind of did a little bit of reverse and made a good charge there. Is there anything different, or is it more a mindset thing?
It was a mindset. We knew we had to come out, and we knew what they did to us at Reno, so we didn't want to happen again. And we just tried to cut the deficit to as much as we could to stay in the game.
Adam, during that run, saw a couple threes from you, kind of bouncing back after, not your best first half there. Was that just a mindset, knowing that you got to keep shooting, that they're going to fall?
Absolutely. Good shooters never stop shooting, so I can't either.
And when you guys, cut that deficit down, what's going through your head when you're within 3 points to the number 16 in the country?
Keep doing what we're doing.
3 more points, man.
Yeah.
You guys have played basically everyone in the conference. Them twice, beat Fresno. Obviously hung with them tonight, but is it kind of confidence boost? You guys feel that you can hang with anyone? It's just stringing consistency. Kind of what's the mindset right now?
Yeah, I think going into this game, we knew we could compete with anybody in the conference. We've let some games go, but we're growing and trying to get better every single day. And I think we go into every single game with confidence and knowing that we can beat them. Then we have a good chance of doing that.
But after this against the number 16, now knowing that you can hang with them, can you really build on that going forward and then even into next year?
Yeah, I think we can, build off of it. We definitely got to go back into the practice, into the film room, and watch the mistakes that we did and work on that and, continue to get better.
You guys were down 17 early, but you were able to cut it to 11 before halftime. Scored a couple buckets in the last minute of the first half there. Did that have anything to do with the momentum you came out with in the second half, would you say?
Yeah, we talked about it in the huddle. That we wanted to cut it down to 10 before half. I missed a free throw, so we were only down 11. So I think we just wanted to come out and continue just chipping away at the lead. We didn't want them to get hot and get the lead up, and we wanted to get the crowd into it, and that's what they did, and I think we made a great run.
Were you happy with how the offense went, with shot selection and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think we worked at everything that we wanted to work on in practice. We knew they were going to pressure us, so we did a lot of stuff to try to get away from their pressure and do all that stuff.
You mentioned defense early. Is it tough to swallow that this team scored basically 200 points in 2 games on you guys, despite obviously their talents?
Yep.
Very tough.
You guys outshot them, percentage-wise, hung with them on the boards. Is there something that kind of sticks out that they did that really, gave you guys troubles, and especially in that first half?
I think it was us guarding the ball, and our gaps weren't great enough.
I think twice as many free throws. Was that just a matter of playing aggressive, or more about maybe the officiating?
No comment.
I don't think we definitely can't blame the officiating. No offense, but there's no great ref out there, so it's going to happen.
Is that just frustration at the end there with last technicals?
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Unfortunate, obviously disappointed in the result. Obviously the final score I don't think is indicative of the ball game that it was here tonight. A lot of things go through my head. I think the thing I told the guys after the game was, don't let anybody, tell you, hey, great job, you played a really good team close and all that. But, there's no moral victories here. And that's a terrific team. But I thought, we had some opportunities there tonight. And, we just couldn't do enough defensively. And, again, they've got some great players. You look at Jordan Caroline. When he's making shots like that from the perimeter, we really don't have a matchup for him. I mean, he's just a load. But I think that sometimes that's when you really have to stay with the plan even more. And I thought there were a lot of things we practiced for 2 days that didn't show up defensively. And you just can't make mistakes. I mean, you can't give up easy baskets. You got to get back in transition. You got to help each other more. You got to come up with rebounds, because if you don't do that against this team, you've got no chance. And I know they only shot 40% in the second half, but we couldn't rebound the ball. But boy, we had it right there a couple of times, and we just couldn't find a way to string together stops, because clearly we were able to get what we wanted offensively tonight.
We were talking to Ali the other day. He said basketball can be kind of frustrating because you can do a lot of things right, maybe 80%, 90%, but that 10, 15% can be what ultimately costs you a game. Is that kind of how you feel tonight?
I think, the better team you play, the less margin for error you have, right? I mean, you're playing somebody like that, your margin of error is very, very thin. And so you just can't make those mistakes. And they got guys who can make shots even when you're playing really good defense. That's the deal, but that going in. But again, that's when you just have to stick together even more. You got to get back every time. You can't give them anything easy. You got to rebound the ball. You got to help each other on drives and post-ups. And, we did at times, but just not enough. You just have no margin for error against a team like that.
I know you've talked about response a few times this year. I mean, how important was that for you to see your guys come out of the tunnel and, cut that deficit down to 3 there in the second half?
It was great. I told them at halftime, that we're down 11 right now. I thought that, we're right. If we can find a way to start to get some stops, I thought we started to get into a little bit of a rhythm offensively. And I said, hey, they've made some shots, and I don't know that they'll continue it, but if we can get back on defense, if we can load the lane, if we can do the things that I said, this game is right there for us. And so it's a credit to them, the belief that they had to do that and to come out. And several times, boy, we made a run, and again, we just couldn't get over the hump.
Considering how close this was and your lack of experience, do you think that was the difference there, how much experience they have compared to your team? And then can you build this for your experience?
I think so. That could be. They start they got 550 or seniors out there, so they're a terrific team. They've been in a million games like this, and so this isn't anything that phases them. They know who they are and what they have to do, and I think you can. There's only one way to get experience. That's to get experience, right? You got to go through it, and so I thought that part was good for our guys, and we should be disappointed because there's no moral victories here. But hopefully you can take some confidence knowing that, hey, we played with these guys, and if you want to have a chance in the conference tournament, you got to go through them.
Saw a pretty big discrepancy in foul shots tonight. Would you like to see your team kind of attack the paint more when the game's going the way this one was?
Well, we did, but Colin, you look at it, we had 52 points in the paint tonight. We had more points in the paint than they did. We were attacking in there like crazy, I thought. At the end, and for whatever reason, they weren't fouling us. We weren't able to get fouled that way, but I don't think it really was, as the game went on, a lack of an effort to attack off the dribble or throw it inside. I thought we were really starting to do that. When you look at the size disparity tonight, to have 52 points in the paint is pretty remarkable. And so, but clearly you look at it, they made 28 free throws to our 11, and that ends up being the difference in the game. And obviously, a number of free throws right there at the end of the game obviously kind of affected the final score.
They threw an alley-oop with 15 seconds left.
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble now, aren't you?
What's going
Yeah.
through your head at that moment?
Let me think here before I talk. My first reaction obviously just was like, come on, really? And then, I get it. There's this net ranking out there that everybody talks about. In my opinion, and I know it, I listen to all the stuff, I follow it, the analytics closely. I don't think that 2 points will have any effect whatsoever on your seed in the NCAA tournament. But hey, I guess a lot of guys, that's what they're trying to do is run it up like that because they think that that's an advantage with their seeding in the NCAA. If it is, it needs to be changed because I think that's crazy. You know what I mean? That has no impact on the game. We were beaten. They beat us. It is what it is. But again, I'm not going to dwell on that.
Another night, and you said it too, your guards did not rebound well enough. That's been a common
Yeah.
in the entire season. Is this another example that you can sit down and say, look, if you guys get a couple more rebounds at those crucial moments?
For sure. I mean, we have to, and you know, no one's making any kind of. It is different when you're hiring and you're blocking out a 6'7" guard, you know, all the way down. But you got to get it done. And I thought there were times we stood around, and again, I just watching it. It was just a weird game. I mean, they're so good defensively, and I thought it was going to be more. And it was just, you know, it got going where score. Probably fun for the fans. It was frustrating for me to watch that way. But yeah, it's going to be difficult for us when you're smaller. If you're in rotation, so if you're not back in transition or they drive it up your back quick and they throw it off the glass and you're in rotation, well, you can block out a guy. If he's right there under the rim, you're not getting that rebound. And we just needed to do a better job of keeping the ball in front of us, I thought, and then being able to block out. But clearly that was a huge difference there in the second half. We just couldn't come up with a ball when we needed it. And I thought, too, you know, we were down 6. We ended up fouling a three-point shooter, you know, right there. I thought the shot was coming off, and that was a tough play for us because, man, we were right there. We get a stop, and we get out, you know, and but it is what it is.
You mentioned the fans. I don't know what the official attendance was tonight, but it definitely got rocking. Was this kind of the first game this season where maybe got some flashbacks?
Yeah, and I want to make a point tonight. Really, I want to thank all the students. I thought the students were terrific tonight. I thought this was the first time I saw the students out. Great turnout. They were into the game. Those are the people that, I mean, all of our fans do, but it's so great to see the students out in Moby tonight. And if you don't think that they make a difference, absolutely they make a difference. And so that was really fun. And, you know, hopefully maybe that's a start of something for us moving forward. And because I think we are getting better, and I think we will continue to get better.
Obviously, like you mentioned, they create a lot of matchup issues, have, you know, a number of ways they can score, but is it pretty disappointing that they basically racked up 200 on you guys in 2 games, and
Ooh.
they can't use different, you know, when you slowed one thing, they'd find another.
Yeah, they're good. And again, I think that, you know, they ended up with, I don't know how many free throws did they shoot in the last minute there. I'm not sure. It was several, you know, to get it up. And, you know, they shot 40, but yeah, I mean, clearly there was just a parade to the free throw line there in the second half. Yeah, it's disappointing. I mean, they can put up numbers where they had 93 the other night against Boise, 100. I mean, these guys, they're good. They're really, really talented. I know one thing, I hope I never have to see Jordan Caroline again, except maybe in the conference tournament this year, and that would be it. Graduate now. Yeah.
Obviously, you know, not the best three-point shooting team when they are hitting
Dude.
like this. Does that make? I mean,
It's tough. It's like you come out there tonight and you're looking at it. It felt like the game in Reno. I don't know what they make 6 of their first 7. I mean, they're just whap, making it just like, holy Toledo, you know. And this guy is, what he does better than anything is scoring the lane, and he's making shots. But again, that's when sometimes the maturity piece, the experience that you're talking about is like, okay, but we just got to stay with it. We got to keep getting back. We got to they're not just going to keep throwing in those shots. And they didn't, right? You know, as the game went on. And then it was those other baskets in the lane that really, really hurt you. But when they're making perimeter shots, they are incredibly difficult to defend. Thank you.